Earlier this week, I found myself running in the Grand Blue Mile's recreational division, alongside over 2,000 other runners. But of course, this wasn't a last-minute decision. 2 years ago, I ran the Blue Mile and finished with a time of 6 minutes and 59 seconds. As a senior, I figured it was only right to run it one more time before I moved out of Des Moines. And while I've never been a consistent outdoor runner, I'm no stranger to the occasional trail running to beat sunset, given the right scenery. Regardless, the 2025 Grand Blue Mile got off to a jumbled start, with a crowd of over 2,000 runners struggling just to get past the starting line. Once we did, though, the crowd began to stretch, with arguably the biggest challenge of the race being the initial chaotic swerving through runners of differing speeds. After getting into the clear and making it past the half-mile mark, the reminder of how out of shape I am settled in. Thankfully, though, an inspiring marching band was playing at around the 3/4 mile mark, giving me a boost of endurance as I caught sight of the finish line. As I approached that finish line, the hundreds of spectators lined up to cheer the recreational runners on gave me yet another boost, pushing me through the crowds and across the final line lined with photographers. While I initially thought I was over 20 seconds less fit than I was at the 2023 Grand Blue Mile, I found out afterwards on the Grand Blue Mile website that my official time was 7 minutes and 11 seconds, finishing just 12 seconds behind my previous time. And among the 2,190 total recreational runners, I finished 416th. After checking my results, I excitedly searched through the photo catalog to see if any photos of me were uploaded by the finish line photographers, although my excitement quickly turned to humility once I realized that I was likely the least photogenic runner of the over 2,000 that crossed the finish line that day. After the recreational division wrapped up and I finished catching my breath, I went over to the finish line and caught the last runners in the 7 p.m. men's competitive division. After that race wrapped up, I noticed a sudden surge of spectators rushing to Grand Ave to catch a glimpse of the final 2 races of the day, the women's and the men's USATF 1 Mile Road Championships. While knowing when the women's race began was a bit difficult, seeing the barrage of escort vehicles clearing the way as the runners turned onto Grand Ave wasn't. As the runners raced by, I was unaware that history was being made. The lead runner and eventual winner, Chrissy Gear, was about to set a new U.S. women's road mile record of 4 minutes and 23.98 seconds, breaking Nikki Hiltz's 2023 record of 4 minutes and 27.97 seconds by over 4 seconds.
Well, there was what a finish. Top 5 for what was the American record. Chrissy Gear, you are the champion. Congratulations. Chrissy Gear, ladies and gentlemen.
Later on that evening, during the awards ceremony, I realized that all of the top 5 runners in the women's championship race ran faster than the previous road mile record, showcasing the fact that the Grand Blue Mile is just as much of a home to world-class athletes as it is to the casual runner. Before the men's championship got underway, I moved down Grand Avenue to get a longer look at the band that had been playing alongside the race route throughout the day. Soon thereafter, the men's championship kicked off, and similarly to my experience with the women's championship, the barrage of escort vehicles were what set the stage for the final stretch of the race. The lead runner and eventual winner of this race was Vincent Ciatti, the 17th fastest indoor mile runner in the world. Ciatti ran in the 2024 Olympic trials, finishing 4th in the 1,500 meter and finishing under the previous meet record. All of the top 11 runners in the men's championship finished with a sub-4 minute mile. After the long evening of races, interviews, and awards wrapped up alongside the sunset, spectators, event organizers, and racers alike were quick to break down and make their way home. Among those assisting in the cleanup were members of the Drake football team. Their efforts, alongside others across the area, marked the conclusion of Des Moines' 2025 Grand Blue Mile. And that's a wrap on the 2025 Grand Blue Mile here in downtown Des Moines. Until next time, this has been Bryson Rea reporting for the Drake Broadcasting System. Back to you guys in the studio.